Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, kindly don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. My name is Shalynn and feel at home. So, welcome to Storytime with Shalynn. Today I've got a good one for you. So, this is back when I was expelled from high school. Ugh. So, it was back in I completed high school 2014. It was back in 2013. I was in high school, Form 3, third term, mind you, getting ready for mocks. I was in Mary Hill Girls High School in Thika. Wow, it was a nice school, but very many rules. So at this point, we had a rule that when you get any C plus in any subject, you are not going home for midterm. Now, here's your girl. Mathematics, very poor. Chemistry, worse. So I was guaranteed no midterm, even before taking the exams. Because I know myself, we should all know ourselves, our levels of performance. So we were there studying, had group, what are they called? Some sort of group discussion. On a very chill Sunday afternoon, this is when things went bad. So the school was pressuring us, let me say that. A lot of pressure because, next year you're going to be in your last form, you're going to be a Form 4, you have to work hard, you have to read every day. It's tiring, it's really annoying because I don't like books. But we have to learn. Now, this Sunday, on a group discussion, I remember we were seated under a mango tree in the field discussing When the Sun Goes Down. Was it a novel? No, it's not a novel, it's a book. I've forgotten a lot of things. So, the discussion got pretty heated. We diverted as usual from When the Sun Goes Down to how the school life is treating us. Here, my friend saying, we should go home for midterm. I don't think that C plus rule will apply to everyone because a majority of us at that time were getting C plus in whatever subject. Now, also there was no entertainment. I don't know what we did, but there was no entertainment. Do you know how bad it feels going to preps on a Saturday? But Sundays we used to go for preps, it was normal. So that day, your girl here got a brilliant idea that she should take a piece of leaf and write on it. So I plucked the leaf from the mango tree, not knowing that thing will cost me my education at that point. I just wrote, home we should go. And our principal at that time was called Mrs. Barasa. So I just wrote, home we should go, Barasa. Wow. Innocently, after the group discussion, I went, placed the leaf in the suggestion box because I knew it will just rot or something inside there. Only to know that the devil was working against me that time. He was really, really doing press-ups and sit-ups to get me. That day, the suggestion box was open. I saw it being opened. I was like, they will find the leaf, but they won't know who wrote it. I had a friend who was my lookout. Shout out to you. She was my lookout when I was placing the leaf so that we wouldn't get caught. So I had written on that leaf, others had written on a tissue paper, others were just making rumors about us going home or not. We know how high school life is. So at around 6:30 the bell rings. It's the bell for assembly. It rings thrice. Assembly time. We go there. I see the principal holding a leaf. I'm like, ooh, kuisha mimi. So in my head, I'm like, ooh, we're all going home. I have been caught. But then the other side of me, the stubborn side, was like, bado. She wouldn't know it's you. It's not your handwriting. They can't trace it back to you. Forgetting that I had people there present when I was writing on the leaf. So they said, you're like, what? Do you think this is funny? Whoever wrote on this piece of leaf, we shall deal with you. You shall be caught. I was like, they don't know it's me. Whew. I'm sweating and everything. Then, all of you are going on a 2-week suspension. I was like, yeah, people are happy. It's a midterm, a very long midterm that we've never had in the history of our school. So we went back to class. At around 8 p.m., I hear Shalynn, the principal, is calling me. Oh my god. I was dead at that point. So I just decided to keep calm and everything, went to the principal's office. When I got there, she said, I'm so disappointed that you would think of doing such a thing. I said, whew, I am so sorry. I started apologizing. I even wrote an apology letter. I went to the chemistry lab, which was near the principal's office. Wrote a very apologetic letter. I even called myself stupid, mind you, because truth be said, I wasn't thinking straight. So I wrote the way I was stupid doing such a thing, forgive me. I was literally begging for my life in that school. Then I took it to her. She read it. She said it's okay. Thinking that that's the end of all my troubles, I went back to class, went back to the dorm. My friends are asking, are you okay? Yes. I'm like, it was a stupid thing to do, but it's all good. Come to think of it later on, I'm like, that group discussion had some snitches. Anyway, no beef here. It was something that was bound to happen. It set a new course for me in life. So, on Monday, at around 8, we had a chemistry double lesson. So it was a lab lesson. I went for a chemistry class. Just seated there, backbenchers, not doing the right thing. Or we're doing the right thing, but it in a backfire and stuff. Someone poked me and said, Shalynn, is that your mom? I was like, where? And then, creeping outside, I saw my mom. I know her walking style. Where peaceful she's. Oh, I wanted to cry. But anyway, crying wouldn't help me at that time because I knew I'd done something wrong. But I couldn't cry. Then, I just watched her get into the principal's office, thinking of how I'm going to get killed today. African mothers, they will just beat you up. Yeah, the secretary came, called me. I was like, oh, now my life is over. Now my chemistry teacher, she never liked me. She never liked people from Nakuru, let me say that, because she would always tell us, oh, Nakuru people, kazi yenyu ni kupanda viazi na kukula viazi. I don't know what Nakuru did to her, but that was us. So she asked me, what did you do? I said nothing. I was not feeling too well, so I had to lie because I don't want issues with her. I went to the office. Oh, my stopper had fallen. So, on arriving to the office, my mom is there looking at me. I'm like, I am sorry for what I've done. That is the first thing that came to my head. The principal is there saying, oh, she has been suspended. I'm like, what? My mom is like, that thing is not an issue to suspend someone. Just give her punishment or something of that sort. Then we'll just go back home. But she's like, no, she has incited people to break the school rules. I'm like, which people? I don't know any other people. It was me. I did it all by myself. So no punishment. So she said the way she's disappointed at me and everything. You know how people just want to make you feel bad when you're feeling worse. She's not even a good performer at school. I was like, I'm an average student, so it's not that bad. And then after she scolded me for a very long time, she said, "Oh, you're so mannerless that you even can't greet your mom." I'm like, "What? You were scolding me. How was I supposed to remember to say hi to my mom?" So I said hi to my mom. Then my mom hugged me. I was like, damn. In my head, I was like, in your face, you know. I was feeling a little bit happy and a little bit relieved that I'm not going to be killed. So my mom told me to go pack my things. I went to the dormitories. Everyone in school is looking at you like, ooh, this girl is the one who did this. She gave us a 2 week suspension, you know, feeling myself at that time. Now in my head, I was so stressed because my dad. You know, my mom is one thing. Then my dad is another thing. I was like, oh, he's going to beat me up now. That one will finish me. Completely finish, utterly dead. That was the thing. So we went home. I told my dad what had happened. He said, oh, well, it's okay. That day I decided I'm not even eating supper because I was feeling so bad. I didn't want to see my dad. Reaching home, they told me, hey, you're going to sleep without eating. Just eat. Everything will be okay. Make sure you read so that when you go back to school, you surprise them with their performance. I was like, oh God, thank you. I'm still alive. This is a second chance. So I'm staying at home 2 weeks. No cell phone, no nothing. Because still, I was being punished for what I did. And then, suddenly, we get a phone call that you're expected to be in school by 9 a.m. I'm like, wow, maybe they will let me back to school or something. My punishment is up. I reach in school, then I find I find a friend of mine. Let's call her X. Friend X was also there waiting for her verdict because she had also gone for a suspension. Apparently, she told the principal of how terrible her television was, the school television, for entertainment. You see, those were such petty issues to send people on suspension for. Hold lemon water. So, reaching there, she went in the first one. She came out with a full scarf. And then she told me she was told to write a list of people who were taking part in this shenanigans of hers with. I was like, wow, we were at home, so you just can't write because you don't know what is happening in school in the last 2 weeks. We were at home. We went for suspension. We were among the first people. Personally, I was the first one to go for a suspension. So her verdict was passed that she's no longer seated for that school. She's inciting people. She's expelled. Then it was my turn. I told her to just wait for me because I had a feeling these things were not going to turn out okay. Then I went with my dad. They told him of how I was disturbing teachers in school. I don't know. Those board of governors, people, they aren't even teachers. So I don't know how I was disturbing teachers and how they came to know of how they came to know. So I was not a good student. I was a prefect. Then I was demoted. So you see all these events leading up to my downfall. So my dad was just there listening to them. People were being accused of so many things. Then I just had, she wanted to cause a strike. I was like, my dad told me to just keep quiet because, you know, me and my mouth were just, I wanted to defend myself because the one who said that, I remember well, was a sister. I wanted to cause a strike. I was like, damn, a strike. I was at home. I don't know anything about a strike or anything. So also, I was given a full scarf. And I was told to write a list of people I was planning the strike with. I just went outside, stood there for a good 5 minutes because I didn't know anything about a strike. I was at home. And when I was called back, I just went to there with empty paper. No names, no nothing. I just returned to them the full scarf. Because, anyway, even if I knew something, I ain't no snitch. We're not about that life. So they told me, you have been suspended from this school and we don't think you will come back. I was like, oh, I've been expelled. Yes, they told me, we are so sad to see you go, but will not sit back and tolerate your bad behavior in the school and the influence you have over other students. So that's it. I was like, oh, okay. Me and my dad, we just left. I went to the dorm, packed my thing. I was being escorted by our deputy principal, like a prisoner. He was just behind me, making sure I don't steal a book or something from the school. Packed my belongings, I went. My head held down. Never said goodbye to my friends because they were not giving me the chance. And that's it. That's the last day I spent at Maryhill Girls. And I started looking for another school because I was in Form 3, Term 3, waiting for the mock exams. Jesus. But I told my parents I did not want to go to a boarding school either because they wanted to send me to another boarding school, I think in Nakuru, Vanessa Grant or something. But I couldn't go there because my experience with the boarding schools were terrible. So I just ended up joining our local day school, Menengai High School, where I began a new phase in life, met a lot of wonderful people, a lot of my friends, up to now. And yeah, that's it for Storytime with Shalynn today. Please make sure you share the video, comment down below, and subscribe. And as you know, I'll be back with more videos. Bye bye.